So what are some of the challenges faced by physical touches during the time of physical distancing and lockdown? Well, firstly, let's break this down into two. Let's break this down into the people who love to give love and who feel really fulfilled by pouring out their love in physical touch or by physical affection. And then the second group of people who would be the receivers, those who feel most love when they are being touched. Yeah. So for the givers, I think that the question that would be most asked is, where is all my love that I really want to express? Where is it meant to be expressed? Where is it meant to go? Where is it meant to be channeled? And here there are 2 points, and I'll make these 2 points as well for the receivers. But the 2 points is, you know, how much we are able to experience love ourselves through the act, given the circumstances, and then the respecting of boundaries of others when we are doing that, and how in terms of how we do that. So unless we live in a household where other people can absorb and receive your love communicated in a way that's physical, you're going to feel as though you're not spending or outpouring your love. So it's almost going to feel like, I need to just release this love that I have in my heart for, you know, whoever, or just the love that's already there. It needs to be poured out. You know, we're kind of created in a way where we are meant to be pouring out our love. It might not be natural to us at first, but the more we do, the more it becomes the habit of doing so. And I think that, you know, the majority of who I speak with are mums. So you as mums would absolutely know this to a T. You as fathers would absolutely know this to a T. That, you know, it's almost like intrinsic in us to actually pour out our love, you know. But what happens if there aren't enough people who are there to receive that love? What happens if I'm living alone? You know, who can I spend that love on? What can I spend that love on? These are really part of the challenges of people who are who have physical touch as their primary giving love language, and it's most natural to them. The respecting of boundaries. So there may be a tendency to cross boundaries if the people you can touch at the moment have to absorb all the physical touch that you want to give, when actually that would normally be shared out among others, among more people. So perhaps, you know, you have your immediate family, or you're living with an immediate group of family, and there are 4 people in the household, you know, but you would normally, under normal circumstances, have 20 people in your close group of friends or family that you would normally hug, and that you would normally kiss, or that you would normally pat on the back, or, you know, sit right next to when you're watching a movie, you know, just to feel that person's presence there. You know, when those other people aren't present, those people who are present are going to have to absorb all of that kind of love that would normally be shared out among other people. So that's something to really be aware of and be respectful of as well. I mean, I will talk in a second about how we can overcome that challenge, but that's something that needs to be kind of looked at by awareness, self-awareness and awareness of the other. So for the receivers, what about the receivers? What if my primary love language, the way that I feel most loved, is through physical touch? Well, my main question would be, where am I meant to get this love from? You know, where do I find this method where I can feel loved at this time? So again, the love tank and the respecting of boundaries issue here. Unless you live in a household where other people have learned to love more effectively through physical touch, or do this naturally anyway, then you're going to feel an amplified loss of affection and an emptiness that is needing to be filled. So in other words, just to break that down, what it's saying is that if I'm not receiving that love from the people who do live with me, or if I'm living alone, for example, I'm not getting that, full stop, then I'm going to feel this loss and this emptiness. I'm going to feel that there is something really missing in my life at the moment, and that lack of feeling loved is going to hit us in a very, very big way, and actually, you know, this could lead to all sorts of other issues. Yeah. The second point there that I want to make for the receivers is the respecting of boundaries. So what could happen is that to compensate for the loss of communication of love, so to compensate for that loss of receiving that physical touch from other people, we may ask too much of it from the people who we do live with. You know, so our need is essentially greater than the demand is greater than the supply that is out there, and this essentially could lead to a resentment, you know, because others have their needs met at this time where you feel that you can't have your need met at this time. So it causes a lot of issues at the moment. There's a few people who are really asking about envy and jealousy, and my conclusion behind that really was the fact that they're not receiving the love that they're needing to receive at the moment. You know, so there is a resentment that's happening there. Now, this won't be true for absolutely everybody, but it could become a tendency if it's not checked. Yeah.